If I die today, I'm dying in Versace. One and only, I don't ask them, do they copy? What's good? It's your boy Clutch Peso, and I'm back with another video. Thank you all for tuning in, and once again, thank all the haters for tuning in. You all boost the algorithm, so I appreciate you for that. And we're back with some more conspiracy theory videos, man. You know what it is. Straight on TikTok. Let's get straight to it. It's your boy.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
Conspiracy Tik Tok, here we are, let's do it. The 7-day theory. Tupac's not really dead. Around this time where he dropped this album, The 7-Day Theory, he was going by an alias called Machiavelli. Now, if you don't know who Machiavelli is, I don't have time, you gotta look that up yourself. In the album art, not only does he depict himself as Jesus Christ, he also writes, "Exit Tupac, enter Machiavelli" in the album sleeve. Conspiracy theorists on this theory know that the number 7 is extremely important here. Number 1, they say that he was 25 when he died. 22 plus 5 equals 7. His birthday was the 16th of June, 7. They say he died at 4:03. 4 plus 3 equals 7. And they say that he survived 6 days in the hospital and then died on the 7th. There's also a music video, you can look this up yourself, that there's a clock in the video that says 4:03 on it, before he died. Like for part 2, it gets crazy.
So we're
What's a conspiracy?
Comparing Tupac to Jesus now. Seems like a reach. Seems like a reach. I don't know. They claim that the earth is not round, but instead flat, and that scientific evidence is supporting a spherical earth is part of a vast conspiracy to hide the truth from the public. Facts. This theory suggests that the coronavirus responsible for the COVID-19 pandemic was intentionally created and released by a foreign government or other entity as a biological weapon to gain political or economic advantages. Facts. Wait, oh damn. My bad, y'all. This theory suggests that in 1969, Apollo 11 moon landing was staged by NASA, that the entire event was filmed in a studio to deceive the public and most of America's close. Yes. Facts. 9/11 attacks were an inside job. This theory posits that 9/11 doing the attacks were planned. Facts. Money control the world. This theory complains that the Secret Society of money has been controlling the world events for centuries with the world. No lies detected. I didn't see any lies in that video. I'm not gonna lie. That summed up my whole reality right there.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
Human beings come from Mars. Crazy, I know, but hear me out. Okay, so you guys know how that they're saying that there's water on Mars underneath the surface? So there's a scientific theory that you cannot introduce an element into an environment and sustain that element unless that element was already sustainable there. So what that means is that if water is being naturally restored to Mars, that means that Mars has already had a natural water source. Next part, you know how they said that the redness in Mars has been going away? Yeah, that means that Mars isn't naturally red. Want to know what can cause a planet to turn red and then change after a couple million years? So if enough nukes were to go off on a planet, the first thing that would happen is a nuclear winter. A nuclear winter is the aftermath of nuclear blasts causing ash that is so thick that it blocks out the sunlight in the atmosphere. Nuclear winters can last anywhere between 100 years to 1,000, depending on how much ash is in the atmosphere. After all of the natural resources are drained up from the nuclear winter, the planet turns red from dust. My theory is that we come from Mars after we drained all of its natural resources and destroyed it with nuclear bombs. That is why we are currently trying to leave this planet now and migrate to Mars.
What do y'all think? Y'all think we came from Mars? I don't know if I believe we came from Mars. I think first things first, let's figure out how the firmament works before we get to Mars. That's just my opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, you know what I mean? Let me know if that's what you believe, let me know. And if you guys can, just throw some links in the comments or something, or, some titles or some books or some sources that we could find that backs up the belief.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
I'm really excited about this one. So in 1954, there was a businessman who came through the Tokyo airport, and when he went through security, of course, they asked for his passport. When they looked at his passport, it said he was from a country called Torrid. And Torrid's not a country that exists, at least not that we know of. Security kept asking where he was from, and he started to get irritated, so they grabbed a map and told him to point on the map where he's from. When they gave him the map, he pointed to an area between Spain and France and pointed to what we know as the country of Andorra. And what's even crazier is he said that he flew from Andorra to Tokyo several times in the past. Since the security couldn't actually identify where this man was from, they detained him and put him in a hotel and put guards at the door. The guards never left the door, and somehow when they went to go check on this mysterious man, he was gone along with all of his belongings and his passport. Now, there are quite a few conspiracies based around this, like he might have been from a different timeline or a parallel universe. Who knows?
What is your favorite conspiracy theory? Yuri Gagarin wasn't the first man in space, he was just the first man to come back alive. The government makes up a large amount of conspiracy theories and exaggerates real stories to make them less believable and muddy the waters of what's real and fake. The 10-year challenge on Facebook in 2019, which encouraged FB users to upload pictures from 2009 and a current one from 2019, was actually a front by programmers to gain data and examples to train facial recognition and age progression software. Sometimes these weird celebrity baby names are fake names to try and protect the child's privacy. I like the dead internet conspiracy. The TLDR is that most interaction on the internet is now just you talking to bots, being served by bots, reading shitty bot-written articles, and bots posting crappy questions on our Ask Reddit, like this one. I think what makes the dead internet conspiracy theory fun is that it is at least partially true. It isn't to the extreme that the theory presents itself, and I don't think Google has some super secret AI, but a lot of content is certainly bullshit bots. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Username. All us peoples are real mans and womans.
Yeah, there are
what is your favorite
there are a lot of bots on the internet. A lot of people are skewing their views on a lot of different social media platforms with bots. There's like a whole course teaching you how to use bots to boost your music and stuff. It's crazy, like crazy. People that are like, some of your favorite artists have used view bots to push themselves up the Billboard charts.
Conspiracy theory that I've heard a lot is that when the astronauts were walking on the moon, you can see that they kick up a lot of dust. So people say, well, if there's no air on the moon, how is the dust flying around?
Remind me to dust my camera too, will you? Don't forget to dust your camera.
We'll keep track of that for you.
The greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Are these fact or fiction? We may never know. It's been 50 years since Neil Armstrong allegedly landed on the moon. But my sources tell me the US government, eager to beat Russia in the space race, faked the lunar landing. People in 1969 could barely watch TV without a 5-foot antenna. You think they're landing on the moon? Doubtful. Was JFK killed by the CIA? The KGB? The Mafia? Could be all of the above. Or it could be none of the above. Did Jeffrey Epstein actually take his own life? Or was it the act of a few famous individuals he had compromising information on? Yes. Has the government suppressed information that reveals the Earth is actually a flat, infinite plane? Obviously not. Did the mysterious Malaysia Airlines flight just vanish into thin air? Or was it digitally hijacked by hackers who rerouted the plane to Antarctica? Your guess is as good as mine. The greatest conspiracy theories of all time.
What if every time you went to sleep and you woke up, you passed into a nearby and very similar universe, but not quite the same? And depending upon your choices and how you live your life, it's how you wake up and what new one you pop into on the other side. And everyone's just a little bit different. The whole world changes just a little bit each time you make a decision, one way or another. Everything changes when you wake up. You think the world is static, because it is when you're awake. What if every...
That would be wild.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
I've only heard about this one fairly recently, so I'm still trying to do my research and get to know a little bit more about it. But basically, it's that you and I should go on a date.
I like that. That was cool. That was cute.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
Hang on, I have the perfect one. On March 8th, 2014, Flight 370 from Malaysia mysteriously vanished. Disappeared from every single radar, was just gone without a trace. So, on March 18th, a guy named Ty uploaded a video to Twitter of what seemed to be a voicemail from Flight 370. The code was in the NATO phonetic alphabet, which read, S, danger, SOS, it is dire for you to evacuate. Be caution, they are not human. Whole bunch of numbers, SOS, danger, SOS. So, naturally, this drew a lot of attention. Twitter was freaking out. Someone found that if you put the numbers from the voicemail into Google Earth, that they were actually coordinates and gave you a location. This location just so happened to be the last known location of Flight 370 from Malaysia. The recording that Ty received was actually the black box recording from Flight 370. After Ty posted the video and drew a bunch of attention, some weird stuff started happening to him. More in part 2.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
So this isn't mind-blowing by any means, and I'm not sure if this is a conspiracy per se, but it's interesting if you happen to notice. I have one word. Cigarettes. Specifically the industry that sells and produces tobacco and nicotine products. So the conspiracy goes like this. I'm just going off of what I'd noticed, but over the past couple of years, I feel like a lot of people started to really quit smoking. And so obviously these companies were like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? You wanna know what they did? One word. Vaping. They specifically created this stuff so that all the younger millennials and a lot of like the growing Gen Zs would pick up, vaping and therefore become addicted to nicotine, thus creating a new generation of smokers.
What's a conspiracy theory?
I'm proud to say, guys, I smoked cigarettes for, I want to say 15 or 16 years, and I switched to vaping. Yeah. And then I quit vaping last November, so I am nicotine free, and I have been since last November. All praises to the Most High. God is good all the time, all the time. God is good. I did not think I could do it. 15, 16 years is crazy. Well, add the vaping to about 17 years of smoking is crazy. I did not, 16, 17, yeah, I did not think I could stop. And by the grace of God, I stopped. You can do anything through God who strengthens you. If you believe, you can do anything through Christ who strengthens you. If you believe. You know what I mean? Everyone's faith is different. I'm not imposing my faith on you. It's just that my faith, God is good.
The glitter conspiracy is one that probably will show up on this list, and that one's pretty stupid. But it's also kind of cool.
I'm having trouble remembering that one. How's it go?
There's an interesting fact that like 80% of the world's glitter is produced in 2 factories, both of which are in New Jersey. That's weird. You hear that stat and you're like, hey, I'm interested in that stat. I want to learn some more about glitter.
Tell me about this glitter.
So apparently glitter is like highly secretive. The whole process for how it's made is more protected than like Fort Knox. Like the journalist went there. She was like, can I see how glitter is made? They're like, absolutely not. Like you can't even come into the factory. It's like such a secret thing. And so the thing that people really latched on to was someone at the glitter factory basically kind of said along the lines of like, you'll never guess who our top customers are. Like you'll never guess. And it made people go like, well, what is it? Who's buying glitter? Yeah.
I mean, think, what are the practical uses of glitter? Like, you put it on a birthday card, maybe. That's it.
Sometimes you put it on your body.
If you're Britney Spears in the Toxic music video, you put it on your body.
Which I frequently am when I'm trying to go to sleep. I do dress up like Britney Spears in the Toxic music video.
But who has it?
What do y'all think, man? Should we start collecting glitter in case shit hits the fan? Start collecting glitter. Who knows, yo? That'd be crazy. Like if shit hits the fan and like glitter's like a big, bartering item, that would be wild. That'd be different.
What's a conspiracy theory that absolutely blows your mind?
Not exactly sure if this is a conspiracy theory, but I read this about 6 months ago. What if when we die, the light at the end of the tunnel is a light to another hospital room? There we are born, and the only reason you come out crying is because you remember everything from your past life, and you're crying at the fact that you died and lost everything. As you grow and start to forget your past life, and you focus on the life you have now, but patches of memory stay behind, and that memory causes deja vu.
Some of Hollywood's greatest conspiracy theories are these cap or fact. We may never know. Rumor has it Stevie Wonder may not be blind. If he was, how could he perfectly operate this camera? Sources say O.J. Simpson could be Khloe Kardashian's father. The chemistry here is off the charts. And if Tupac died, why was his photo taken one day after his alleged murder? Is Nicolas Cage really just a Civil War era vampire? Most likely. Is Jay-Z just a time traveler from the Harlem Renaissance? Most likely, yes. And did Gucci Mane really go from running the trap to running track? Or was he cloned in a Georgia jail cell? Who knows? Some of Hollywood's greatest conspiracy theories.
Alright, I think that's the end of the video, guys. Getting tired. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for showing love. Shout out to the haters too. Please come back and enjoy these videos with me. It's your boy Clutch Peso, Jersey.
Tried to check me, it's a warning. Picked up the dope, smoke, then I know.